Get ready, folks, we're diving into the science of life transformation. Forget the motivational quotes, the just think positive nonsense. Today, we're going deep. You're about to learn how you can completely overhaul your life in 6 months, and we're doing it with the power of science. No more boring New Year's resolutions that last a week. This is the real deal. Welcome to Colorful Show. Today we will talk about how to completely transform your life in 6 months. Chapter 1, the science of actually changing your life. The first thing you need to know? It's not about willpower. Willpower is like a muscle, it gets tired after a while. So, if you're relying on sheer force of determination to change your habits, prepare for disappointment. You see, changing your brain is actually easier than you think. The trick is understanding neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself. Yup, your brain can constantly adapt and learn new things. Chapter 2, the power of tiny habits, how to trick your brain into change. Now, let's talk about tiny habits. Forget everything you've heard about making big, grand, overnight changes. That's a one-way ticket to failure town. Instead, start small. Tiny habits that take 5 minutes a day are the golden ticket. Researchers discovered that if you make tiny changes, your brain doesn't rebel. Instead, it says, hey, that wasn't so bad. I'll do that again. And because it was easy, it feels like you're winning, which releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. For example, if you want to get fitter, start by doing 1 push-up every day. Sounds too easy? That's the point. Your brain won't resist it. Use the anchor method. Tie a new habit to something you already do. Like, after brushing your teeth, do your 1 push-up. Chapter 3, the 10-minute morning hack that will make you feel like a superhuman. If you're not using the power of mornings to your advantage, what are you even doing? I mean, the early bird gets the worm, right? Well, let's make it a little more scientific and a little less grandpa wisdom. There's a science of morning routines. Did you know that your brain is more adaptable and productive in the first 20 minutes of your day? That means you can literally set the tone for the entire day with just a few minutes of action. The trick? Don't start with your phone. Avoid the doom scroll and instead, try the 10-minute morning hack. Spend 5 minutes stretching or doing yoga, 3 minutes of deep breathing, and the last 2 minutes writing down what you're grateful for or setting your intentions for the day. Your brain will start releasing serotonin and endorphins, basically, the feel-good cocktail that turns you into a productivity powerhouse. According to a study from Harvard, gratitude has been shown to improve mental health and boost your overall happiness by a whopping 25%. Chapter 4, Sleep, your secret weapon for transformation. Let's talk about something that might make you roll your eyes. Sleep. Yes, we're going there. And no, sleep is not optional if you want to change your life. The science of sleep tells us that in 6 months, you can literally rewire your brain with the right amount of sleep. Sleep isn't just for rest, it's when your brain does most of its housekeeping. It's when your brain consolidates memories and strengthens neural pathways. And did you know that when you sleep, your brain actually shrinks? This might sound like the plot of a weird science fiction movie, but it's true. Startling finding was that the cells in the brain shrink by 60% during sleep. This contraction creates more space between the cells and allows cerebrospinal fluid to wash more freely through the brain tissue, which helps your body clear out the waste from the day. So if you're not getting your 7 to 9 hours a night, you're literally leaving your brain dirty. Try going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your circadian rhythm will love you for it, and you'll wake up feeling like a brand new human being. Chapter 5, Mindfulness, because your brain is not a circus. Here's a little confession, your brain is like a monkey on a sugar rush, constantly jumping from thought to thought. But, what if you could train it to sit still for a minute? The science of mindfulness show that mindfulness meditation doesn't just reduce stress, it literally changes the structure of your brain. A study from Yale University found that mindfulness can increase the thickness of your prefrontal cortex, which helps you make better decisions, stay focused, and act with intention. In 6 months, if you stick with a 5-minute mindfulness practice every day, your brain will literally start to look different. Use a timer and focus on your breathing for a few minutes. It's like giving your brain a spa day. If your brain is a circus, mindfulness helps make it a classy jazz band. Chapter 6, the power of just start, the best trick for overcoming procrastination. We've all been there. You have a big dream, but somehow, procrastination always wins. How do you overcome it? The science of getting started proved that procrastination isn't about laziness, it's a brain thing. When you think about a big task, your brain sees it as overwhelming, which releases stress hormones. But here's the hack, the first step is to just start. By breaking a task into bite-sized pieces and just taking the first step, you trick your brain into thinking it's not as scary as it seemed. The first 5 minutes are always the hardest. Once you're past that, your brain goes, hey, this isn't so bad. The key? Start before you're ready. Commit to just 5 minutes of action. You'll be amazed how much you can do when you tell your brain that you're only doing a teeny bit. You'll usually end up doing more. Chapter 7, The Magic of the Right People. Surround yourself with the good vibes only. Ever heard the saying, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with? Well, science backs this up. You can't expect to change your life if you're hanging out with people who are stuck in the past. The science of social influence showed that humans are wired to be influenced by others. Studies show that our behaviors, attitudes, and even our emotions are contagious. So, if you're hanging out with people who are positive, ambitious, and growth-oriented, you'll start to absorb those qualities. In 6 months, you'll be a different person simply by changing your social circle. It's not magic, it's science. Spend more time with people who uplift and challenge you. If you need to, curate your circle like you curate your Netflix recommendations. Keep the shows, friends, that inspire you, and ditch the ones that leave you feeling drained. Change is easier than you think, but it still takes effort. So, there you have it, the science-backed, tiny habit-filled, brain-changing guide to completely transforming your life in 6 months. Remember, it's not about massive, overnight changes. It's about tiny, consistent efforts, small wins, and a little bit of brain hacking. Your brain is more flexible than you think, and by using the right scientific techniques, you'll be amazed at the transformation you can achieve in just 6 months. Now, go ahead, make those tiny changes and get ready for the new version of yourself to emerge. You got this. Let the transformation begin. I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a nice day.